When devastating acts of violence take place, like the terror attacks in Paris, it seems almost impossible to avoid the news coverage, and that means your children have likely seen some of the disturbing images coming out of France. So how do you talk to your kids about what you're seeing? We'd like to welcome Dr. Erin Leonard to our studios this morning. She's a child psychologist out of Mishawaka. Thanks so much for joining us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
This is a tough topic. How do you know when is the right time to talk to your kids? What age? What age are they processing this?
Well, it's important to kind of let the child guide the conversation, because then you're not giving too much detailed, sophisticated information that they might not be able to process. So you really want to start with a question. Like, have you seen anything on the news or heard anything at school, that you have questions about or that you're worried about? And they will ask the questions instinctively. They will ask the questions they're psychologically and emotionally equipped to handle. And then you kind of go from there.
So the whole point is start the conversation, basically.
Start the conversation, yes.
And then they'll kind of come up with questions from there.
Yes.
How do you know that you're answering those questions in a safe way?
Right. You want to be very clear and very concrete. You want to avoid giving too much detail because, again, if they're not emotionally and psychologically prepared for it, it might induce anxiety. So you really want to stay clear and concrete, and then you want to leave an opening for them to kind of further the conversation.
Should you ask if they're worried, and then how do you do that?
Yes, absolutely. So during this conversation, you want to kind of listen for a feeling. So worried, angry, sad, and you want to validate that and empathize with that. So you want to say things like, it's really okay to be worried. It's very normal to be worried or sad or confused at a time like this. And then you want to really reassure them. So you want to let them know, that people are out there working hard to keep them safe and trying to keep them safe, and that mom and dad will do everything that they can do, to help keep them safe. And you want to just really reassure them of that.
And then how do you validate their concerns?
Well, you really just want to stick with the feeling.
Okay.
So you want to say things like, it's okay to be worried. I get it. I understand. I'm worried too. It's okay to be scared, because you want to be very realistic without inducing anxiety, because you want to honor how they feel. It is a very scary time. And once you honor a child's feelings and empathize with their feelings, it quiets their anxiety quite a bit. And then you can go in and reassure them. And then, let them know, honey, if you have any questions about this or worries about this, bring them to me. I want to help. I want to talk to you about it.
Should you let your kids watch the news?
That's a tough one as well. So it depends on their age, and developmentally, kids sometimes are different. Some are more equipped and ready to deal with more complicated, kind of frightening information than others. So if you have a very sensitive child or emotional child, you want to be careful, definitely. And then if you have a child that's very interested and curious and seems a little more prepared for the material, then you just want to take it day by day and make sure that you're there, though, to help if they see something that's anxiety-inducing.
Very good information. Dr. Leonard, thank you so much.
Sure.